Hey guys, welcome back to Masala Mindset, round 2. Yeah. Episode 4 now, which is crazy. The response that we got from the first 3 episodes was amazing, and we were so happy that we just wanted to expand and do more. What'd you say, Sana?
Definitely. I mean, look at the backdrop right now, guys. It's showing upgrade for sure.
We proper leveled up.
Yeah, compared to our blurry content in the first 3 episodes, which despite having on, like, you guys completely showed that you were absolutely amazed by the content we created. And we're so excited to kind of get into the filming aspect of it more and talk about more things that you guys kind of like relate to.
Literally, yeah, because what happened was they kind of left us to it last time and took the video and it ended up being blurry, not what we wanted, but we didn't want to let it go to waste all that time. Obviously, Senna's in Gloucester, I'm in Leicester. It's hard to keep meeting up to get these episodes done. But yeah, it's something we're really passionate about.
And it was such a natural conversation last time and it was so free-flowing and we thought, let's not waste it. So yeah, despite the blurriness, you guys enjoyed it and I hope going forward as well, it'll be something that you guys will tune into and listen to.
Yeah, definitely. So today's episode, we are going to be diving into emotional eating. So this is a big one, something that I've struggled with, something that Sana struggled with, something that so many of my clients struggle with. And it's just a topic that needs to be kind of
definitely
spoke about.
It's one that's close to my heart for sure, and probably something that I've not been honest with myself with until very recently, and that's only because I've overcome it. And in all honesty, a lot of women probably suffer from it. It's probably one of the first questions I get from any client, from any person that's just seen that what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And the first thing is, you know what, it's the emotional eating, it's the late night snacking, it's the boredom.
Yeah.
How do you tackle that?
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to share our story on it because, like you said, you've experienced it, I've experienced it. So do you want to go first?
Obviously, it's hard being honest and vulnerable because it's something that you don't always want to own up to. But it's definitely important too, so women out there don't feel like they're on their own. So I think with me, it all kind of started more when I actually did get into fitness and nutrition and stuff, because before that I didn't see food as like a thing. If I was hungry, I would just eat it. Like it wasn't a big deal. And then when I got into like calorie counting and losing weight, it became a bit of an obsession. So say I had a day where like I couldn't track, or I would go out with my family or something, I would have that all or nothing approach. So I'd be like, oh, okay, today I'm not tracking, so I will eat everything. Like as if like the next day I couldn't eat that stuff and it would never come again. So I would literally, I think I remember like Milky Bar was like a trigger for me.
That's my favorite chocolate. That is literally, white chocolate is my favorite.
And literally, I would just eat all of it, and so much of it, like to the point where you feel sick, and to the point where like if my parents weren't home or something, I would literally just go downstairs, raid the cupboards to the point where I feel sick and think to myself, why the hell did I do that? But then I think in the back of my head, like, it's okay because tomorrow I'm going to start tracking again. And you don't, now that I'm a coach and I realize like how bad that is, like you see your calories as like a weekly average. So those days where I am on track and then the days where I binged, like totally ruin that whole week of hard work that I did, because say like on the days I binge, I eat like 3,000, 4,000 calories. Because when you're eating stuff like Milky Bar, chocolates, you can eat so much of it, but it's so much calories and you don't feel like you've eaten so much. So that could literally be like 4,000, 5,000 calories in one day. And then say the other days I was eating like 1,600. It's literally put me at maintenance. So like you're not going to lose weight. So you just shoot yourself in the foot at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
So that's probably when I started doing that. And it was just a cycle. Like I couldn't break it. Like even though I had coaches who would try and help me, like it just wasn't going away. And then I got married, and then I think it got a bit better. And then I just was eating normally, like just eating whatever I wanted kind of thing. And then it turned emotional, I think. So I obviously moved cities, I felt lonely. I I didn't know many people. I would turn to food for comfort. And like when I felt sad or alone, like that's what I would go to. Like it would be my go-to, like dopamine hit, like, okay, let me just have a chocolate bar. Let me just eat this. Like there was like my husband doesn't even eat sweet stuff. Like all of that stuff was just for me in the house.
Did you purposely buy it and then keep it in the fridge for those days? Or was it more like it was just there when you needed it?
Yeah, I think like obviously he just thought I just bought it because I liked it. Like he had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah. Did he ever find you after a binge episode?
Yeah. So one time he did. I think that's when it got better for me because he obviously saw me and then he helped me. So one time I think he was going football. So I don't remember, but he went football and then I thought, oh, I'm on my own. Like I feel a bit sad. Let me just go have a chocolate. And then one chocolate turned into two, turned into three, turned into like a packet of biscuits or this or that. I think I was, and this is what I mean, like this is what people don't understand, that in a binge, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Like when I'm speaking about it now, it sounds so ridiculous and it sounds awful.
You go in autopilot, right?
And I actually feel ashamed like to even speak about it. But you don't think, like you're just in like a little bubble and you're just it's not like I got it on a plate. I went to sit on the sofa and I ate. I was standing in the kitchen just eating and eating and eating and like it's disgusting. Like it's actually disgusting. It's horrible. But anyway, I was doing that. Like it was all in front of me. Like I heard the key in the door.
Oh, no.
I literally felt like, oh my God, what am I doing? Yeah. And I think that's when like I snapped out of it and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Yeah. And then even he came in. He obviously didn't think anything of it. He was like, oh, you just a bit hungry. I think I just started crying, I think, and I just felt awful. And I think he realized like what I was doing. And I think I ran upstairs, like went in the bathroom, like locked the door. And then he was like, what's wrong? Like, talk to me. And then I explained it to him and he was like, look, like he's so understanding as he always is. He just helped me through it. And he said, like, come on, like you don't turn to food for comfort. You need to replace it with something else. Like that neural pathway that when you're sad, you literally go to food, you need to replace that with something else. So I think because he caught me or whatever doing that, that's the time like where I thought, okay, no, now something needs to change. Like I can't let him see me like that again. Like I actually feel ashamed of myself to have done that. And that was the turning point for me. So that's when I really worked on my relationship with food. Like I wasn't necessarily dieting at that point. I just wanted to heal that relationship and not like, because I used to do that and I think I used to go for a run in the morning and then think it would be okay, like punish myself with exercise and things like that. So I stopped doing things like that. I started to learn hunger cues, like when I was full, when to stop, like to introduce it like slowly and stuff. And then I got another coach who kind of went through it herself. And she helped me a lot with that because I also still had a goal in mind, like a goal weight in mind. I still wanted to get there. So she helped me a lot with healing that. It's a lot of mindset work. It's a lot of deep work.
It takes a lot of strength.
Not having that support system. Like say my husband wasn't supportive and he kind of degraded me for it, like it probably wouldn't have been where I am right now. But yeah, having that support system is key. And also owning it, like I have some clients who do this and they might not be honest with me about it and they might just lie in the check-ins and stuff. But you have to kind of be honest with yourself because you're only cheating yourself at the end of the day.
The quicker you kind of accept the truth that this is what you're doing, because the more you kind of like have blinders on and be like, you know what, this is not happening. I'm not tracking it. So it's not there. Tomorrow it'll be fine. Is the more you get down the rabbit hole again and again.
Exactly.
And I've probably been through an episode of a binge where I've been really strict with myself and I ended up tracking everything it shocked me to the
during
core.
A binge. Oh my God, I never done that.
I needed to face it because I thought, you know what, like in my mind it's only like a crepe or a piece of chocolate and this, that. I was like, realistically it's only going to be like about 600 calories or something. I'm still okay, I'm still in deficit. And the minute you're adding it and you're like 2,000, 2,500 and you're just like, you know what, you probably had like 2 days.
I think when I started with my new coach Holly, she helped me a lot because then when I had those days where I wasn't tracking, I still kind of tracked to keep me on track. So even though I was over, like I was still within maintenance. And that's what was a big turning point because I could still enjoy myself, but in moderation. And I always know now food is always going to be there. It's never going to go. There's always going to be occasions where there's food there. Like it's not going to run away and you don't want to feel sick. And like to be able to live life now.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds silly to someone who's never struggled with this before, but to live life just binge free. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's been over a year now.
You've not
And
had a binge episode in a year.
No.
That's absolutely amazing.
I know, and it's so nice. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
it's the best feeling ever to be able to have like cookies or biscuits or chocolate in my house and not think of it like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a trigger or I'm gonna go binge on it. Like, it's the best feeling ever. So
Yeah.
if I can help women do that, like, oh, it's just be amazing.
Yeah, but it's, like you said, it's taken you time to
Yeah.
figure out
No, it
what
does.
works for you, and having the coach there to help and support you. Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's just having someone in your corner that can like push you through it and
So
just know
what's
the answer.
your story with it, or like how did yours start? Or
I don't think I can even remember when it started. I just feel like it's been going on for a long time. I feel like being the chubbier sister out of three, whereas my other sisters are pretty slim, constantly puts you in this category of, oh, look, she's a chubby one, and I think that does a lot in terms of like self-confidence and all the rest of it. So from a very young age, I can always remember like trying to restrain myself from food. But I don't think I ever like binged overly, and that's probably because I didn't have the money to spend on chocolates. I wasn't in the house. My mum and dad that were like limited the amount of chocolate in the house, which I don't know whether that might have been a thing because it wasn't available.
Because my dad used to stuff the cupboards with chocolate.
They were like one packet of chocolate a week, that kind of thing. But I think when I started to get money, that's probably when it became an issue. So, for example, in college and stuff like that. And I probably remember my first episode where I was studying for an exam. So I was sat in like one of the college rooms and I must have bought myself like a massive bar of chocolate and I couldn't stop myself. Like it was like one line after one line. And before I knew it, I was feeling sick because it was like a proper chocolatey arrow, I remember. But I just felt like I needed to finish it. And I felt like if I take this home right now, then I'm going to do it tomorrow. So I might as well finish it off right now and then just be done with it and put it in the bin. Little did I know the next day I would go back and buy another bar and it's the same cycle again. So I think for me, that's probably a trigger, like with stress, things that were going on in my life at the time, like during college. College is such a stressful time. Like you're in a group of people where, like social setting where you're constantly socializing. There's so many different things. You've got to try hard at your exams. And it's just, as a person, like there's a lot to take on. And that's probably what my triggers were, like stress, even days where I was happy. The way that I would express my happiness was to eat food. And I got into a really vicious cycle of just either buying stuff and eating it out in college and then coming home and pretending like I'm eating at home, but really I wasn't. Like I remember my mum used to go to work and she'd be like, make sure you take the biryani from the pot or whatever. And I'd be so stuffed after eating all this food that I would come home and just move the biryani a little bit just so mum would feel like I took something from there. But in reality, like I could not eat another thing before I physically was sick. So that's probably where it started. And then I've always been into like fitness and health. So my dad literally got us into the gym at like 13. Like me and my sister, we were always in the gym. So I kind of used that as my outlet. Like, okay, I've eaten, but I'm gymming, so it's okay. So I didn't overly put on weight, but I was always like slightly chubby anyway. So I wasn't like I was getting any bigger, but I wasn't getting any slimmer either. So I kind of got through that period of my life, and then I got married. And before I was getting married as well, like I was really, really disciplined. So with me, it was a all or nothing mindset. So like a year before I got married, I literally cut out all the sugars, did all of that, and was on a real cleanse and was going really well for about a year. And then I got married and I moved into a household where like obviously 3 hours away from my house, not my sisters weren't there, my friends weren't there.
I know
and
the
then
feeling.
it's the loneliness, right? It's a new setting. And even though I didn't put on weight specifically, like the first 6 months of my marriage, it's when I moved out and I then had the freedom again to buy the stuff I wanted to.
And you're by yourself a lot of the time.
It's
like
it's
easy
very
to do
easy,
it.
very easy. But even then, like the binges, like in between that time were like very minimal. Like it'd be like all or nothing. So I'd go out and eat a whole thing and then I'd come home and I'd be like, fine, nothing. But I think the main triggers were after babies. So both times, even during pregnancy, I would feel so exhausted that I would sit on the sofa with packets of custard creams, like custard creams on repeat. And I remember balancing one on my stomach as well. Like that's how easy accessible I needed those snacks at that point. But I was just tired. I had 2 under 2 at that time as well. So it was just draining, and that was my way of just relieving that stress. So I always, and I never did anything to tackle it. When you're having two little ones, you don't really have time to think about yourself because you're just constantly on the go. So I didn't even try and address it. I was just fully accepting that I was binging on most nights, even with both babies, like going to sleep, sit there on the sofa, take one chocolate, and then it'd be the constant repeat. So I got to that point, and then I tried dieting, tried the fitness thing, and nothing was working. And I think I would eat so well during the day. I'd eat my salads, I'd eat my carbs, I'd eat my protein, all of that. But in my main struggle was the evening time when you sit down on the sofa, because that's when you switch off. And the hour or 2 hours that you get on your own without like giving snacks to your kids or without running after them or changing nappies or whatever was my time. And so that's why I thought, you know what, I'm just going to eat, because that's just the way to deal with it. And then the nutrition journey started literally at that point where I got like 3 packets of biscuits and chocolates, and I just thought, I can't live like this. I've never really been caught binging. Oasis has never like walked in on me or anything, thank God, because I just feel like I'd be mortified. But he has found, he has found wrappers under, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I just left it there, or I forgot to put it in the bin or whatever. I'd really brush it off. But
why would you leave like wrappers there?
It was laziness. Like it was like hiding them in the sofas, because like if he's around the house,
in case he sees it in the bin.
Well, yeah, because then that's another thing. So I used to hide it in the when I used to put it in the bin. There'd have to be a set time of when I put it in the bin, because if he sees it like before he's left home, it'll be around the top, right? So then I used to try and cover it with things. I used to
like put it down in the bin.
Yeah, I'd do that as well. So then with the nutrition journey, I literally like was binging, and I thought I need to change the way I eat, because obviously the food that I was eating during the day wasn't satisfying me enough to then have to get my satisfaction from the chocolate and the crisps and all that.
Restrict binge cycle.
And my nutrition coach, she was a lovely lady called Fulda, and she was a Turkish woman, and she was like, nope, you're emotionally eating, you need to do this, you need to do that. And that's where it all changed.
Okay, so what does she advise you to do?
So she basically advised me about leveling up my sugar levels firstly, because obviously those insulin spikes that I was causally creating for my body when I was eating those sugars meant that my body constantly craved it. So she introduced herbal teas, she introduced foods that would naturally reduce the insulin spikes in my body and would level up my blood sugar levels in my body. And that was through whole foods, that was through vegetables, protein, and having a balanced diet. And I completely cut out sugar. She didn't give me any sugar at all, probably for the first month.
Do you not find that restricting leads to binging?
Well, she would say you can have a cheat meal on a Saturday.
Okay.
And on that cheat meal, no word of a lie, every Saturday we would have a cookie dough. Whether we had eaten breakfast, lunch, dinner, and on top of it all, like a cookie dough is 1,000 calories, guys, and it's sickly sweet. I'd have one every week just so I could get through.
Because it's your cheat meal.
It's my cheat meal, right? And so I mean, like, it got me through it. I still lost a lot because Monday to Sunday, like Monday to Friday, Saturday, 6 days a week, I was still on track. But I still found that I was working through the week to get to that cookie dough.
It's like a reward.
Yeah, and that still didn't 100% change my mindset. Do you know what I mean? Because I was still going over and beyond on that Saturday when I didn't need to. So when I started doing it for myself, I started incorporating snacks in my daily, food. So for example, like I'd always have like a non-negotiable of like a white chocolate at the end of the day, but it didn't mean that I was having the full white chocolate.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I was having a little bit every day. I was addressing my needs when I needed to. So for example, like if I really felt a binge was coming on, I would do my workouts, move, and all the rest of it. And I feel like now, like yesterday, literally we went out and I thought, you know what, I've not had a cookie dough in ages. So we had this cookie dough and I could not finish it because my needs are sustained now during the week. When I get to that Saturday, I'm not overly craving to go all out.
Your taste buds actually changed. Like I used to eat the chocoberry waffle bites with Kinder, like on a regular. Like me and my husband would order it. Like if I was feeling sad, I'd order it. Like it would just be my go-to. And then I had it like a few months ago and I literally could not finish it. It was so sickly sweet. And I was like, wow, I really have changed. Like I never thought it was possible. But that's why I don't like cheat meals. Like I don't like the idea of calling it a cheat meal, because again, like if you're cheating on your diet, it's not really a good
The
diet.
thing is, a
it?
diet
It
should be
a lifestyle.
a lifestyle change. So this is why I say to my clients, but the reason why, I mean, I even say to them, I use cheat meal in a very loose terms.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't want you restricting yourself or feeling like you can't have certain things during the week. But on that Saturday, like if that's what gets you through, then that's fine. But don't make it like a whole massive like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Like if you're not hungry, you don't need to
to
do it. Like you just listen to your hunger.
Because some people just do it for the sake of the fact that, okay, well, it's my cheat meal today, so I'm going to have to like cheat on my diet.
Exactly,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Even though I don't want to, I'll just do
Yeah.
it. Like what's
Yeah.
the point in that?
No, so I mean, like in terms of binging, I probably have had episodes, but I've dealt with it so much better than what I did before.
Okay, yeah.
So like, for example, if I'm upset about something,
Yeah.
like, you know, like teary or whatever, or if I'm going to come on my period or hormonal, I will
That's
tend
a big
to
thing actually as well.
it's hard for women, like before periods, before ovulation, before all the rest of it.
On
before
your
you know,
period.
like when does a woman get like a week in a
break.
month? It
Literally
literally is 1 week, right?
I think it's just 1 week.
And then the rest of it, you're battling these constant emotions. And
trust
food
me.
there is just like an instant like dopamine hit,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But so I still have it. I'm going to be honest, but like I deal with it so much better. I never go over like my calories.
Yeah, exactly. So even me, like I'll still
Yeah.
have days where, I really want a dessert or I really
Yeah.
want like chocolate and I'll just have it. And
You'll
it's
have
not a
it,
big
yeah.
thing. Like it's not like
No.
I'll have the chocolate and I'll have every other
Yeah.
chocolate in the box. Like it's...
But I do find like with food noise, especially like, for example, if I'm having something I really enjoy, all of a sudden your mind is saying, have another one, have another one. And I found doing a workout really helps with that.
Yeah.
Like I get out the kitchen, I get my workout clothes on and I just walk or run or whatever. Having the treadmill at home really helps. Have some headphones in. So I kind of cut that off. And straight away, like I don't think I've ever binged as bad as I used to now.
So you're
purely
basically
because-
replacing it with something else.
Yeah.
So I always say replace it as in like journal or call your mum or call your sister or call your brother, like call your friend or something. Do something that makes you feel good. That's not food. Like watch your favorite show, read a book, run a bath, like so many things like self-care that you can do. That's not eating or binging and stuff.
That's the thing. I had a question about like boredom eating. Like how would you tackle that in terms of like...
Again, don't be bored. Like keep yourself
It's
distracted.
very easy to say.
Distract yourself.
Yeah.
Like, and if it's late at night, go brush your teeth. That's a big thing.
That's
that helped
one
me.
thing that's honestly like changed it for me.
After you brush your teeth, you don't feel like you want to
No.
eat anything.
Yeah.
And I have had Invisalign, so I have retainers. So once those retainers are in, that's it. No
Yeah.
more food for me. Because
but
it's a
it's
faff taking it out.
Yeah, it's such a sensitive topic to so many people, and it's very easy for us to sit here now and be like, you
Yeah,
know what, this is what
100%.
stuff that helped us, and like do this and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because there's so many emotional kind of like triggers,
is, yeah.
and each individual is different. But hopefully, like these tips
This
that
has
what we've
helped a little
done,
bit.
hopefully will help you kind of move you along.
Yeah.
But definitely fueling your body with the right stuff will help it stop craving from the wrong stuff. In the wider scheme of things, there'll always be days where you'll want a sweet treat or you want to eat something that's just comforting, but knowing when to stop, knowing where your triggers, where you're kind of losing control and when you're switching off, really, really helps.
And I think our DMs are always open. Like if anyone is struggling, we're here to help you. And we've got a few questions.
We have
haven't
got a few questions that we really wanted to kind of go over. Do you want to pull it up quickly?
Yes.
So I think the first question is around when you're stressed or upset, what is the first food that comes to your mind?
So mine would be the M&S cookies.
Okay, they are good.
So I
They are
used to
decently
work
good.
opposite
Yeah.
M&S, and I would always, like, if I was having a bad day or whatever, that would be literally my go-to. I'd go. They used to sell it individually, so you
Okay.
could just buy one, but now you have to buy the whole
Whole
pack.
yeah.
But yeah, that would be my go-to food. And again,
Okay.
that was a binge trigger for me.
Yeah.
Like if I felt like if I had the whole cookie, I'd have to eat like so much more else. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't just eat that and be satisfied.
They're not even that bad in calories, are they?
No,
Like,
they are. They're
are
like
they?
330 for
Like
one.
for me, that's decent.
Oh, right.
Compared to an actual like Casper's white chocolate cookie dough.
Oh, okay, yeah, like
that
a
gives
whole
a similar kind of
dessert
thing.
treat
Yeah, that's about 1,000 there. Whereas actually looking at 300. So yeah, I think for me,
But it
it's
would never just be the cookie though. It
Yeah.
would be everything.
everything. Yeah.
What about you?
I think chocolate, white
Yeah.
chocolate for sure, because it's so sickly sweet. It literally like hits the spot straight away. But for me, white chocolate, and then I eat so much white chocolate that then I have to have something savory on top.
Yeah.
To kind of balance it out.
And then after you have the savory, then you need a sweet.
Yeah, so it's a vicious cycle, guys. So yeah.
And then the next question is, do you ever eat when you're not hungry? What do you think you're really craving in that moment?
I think yes. So if I've had a really clean day, so foods in terms of like all the balances in terms of like nutrition, veggies, protein, all of that. But sometimes those kind of foods don't hit the spot in terms of like satisfaction. Like you've hit your macros, you've hit your calories, but you've not just got like, oh, I've eaten something nice today.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah. And I think that's probably when I wanted, like, I've craved something else to kind of like satisfy that satisfaction that I'm feeding my soul.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably when I've eaten, not because I'm hungry, but because I'm satisfying my soul.
You just
basically
want something.
Yeah.
I think so too. And I think food is not just to kind of fuel you, it's also a source of joy that like we have when we go out with our families, and it's associated with so many different things. Like it shouldn't be just for like nutritional benefit, it should be enjoyed as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I always say like we don't drink, we don't smoke, like food is the only
This is our only thing. Don't take it away from us.
Yeah.
Okay. If food wasn't your comfort, what else could you give the same emotional relief?
Food doesn't your comfort, what else could you give the same? I don't really understand that question.
So I think what's something that could give you comfort that isn't food, basically?
Oh, okay. So kind of like what we said before, like I think speaking to my family. So if I just picked up the phone, rang my mum, rang my sisters, my best friend kind of thing, it just gives you a distraction.
Yeah, it gives you an outlet.
And like exercise. Like
yeah, exercise for sure. Moving my body definitely is something. That's what I tell all my clients all the time. Is just move. Just get out of that mindset and just move.
Actually, going for a walk really helps to clear your head and stuff.
Because it's all in your mind, right?
And then the next one is, can you remember the first time you linked emotions to food? Was it as a child or later in life?
I think we've kind of touched on this, isn't it? Yeah. But definitely like from a very young age for me. And
I think same. Well, it was kind of when I got into fitness. So when I was probably like 21-ish. Yeah. Before that, I think I just used to eat what I want and it was fine.
And luckily for me, I was always struggling with weight from a very young age. So I think it depends. Like
genetics, metabolism. Like before, I used to eat what I wanted, just stayed the same. Like I wasn't ever skinny, but I was just fine. Yeah. So I never felt like I needed to do anything. Yeah. But then I think you reach an age where you can't do that anymore, and it just sticks to you.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. What would it look like for you to have a healthy relationship with food?
I think, alhamdulillah, for like right now, well, my relationship with food is probably the best it ever has been, because I'm healthy. Yep. I can maintain my weight fine. I can enjoy foods. I can go out with my friends and family. It doesn't turn into a binge. I don't like ever regret eating anything. I just eat it and move on. Yeah. Like I never feel like, oh, I wish I didn't do that. Like it took me a long time to get there, don't get me wrong, but yeah, right now it's really good. And once you get there, it's so good. Yeah.
I think for me is not having that food noise at the back of your mind. Like the ability, I used to look at my sister and be like, oh, I've got like half a bar of uneaten chocolate in my bag that's been there for 2 days and I don't feel like having it. Like to get to that level where you can have an uneaten half bar of chocolate in your bag and not want to finish it all in one go and be done with it, I think is like the perfect example of having a healthy relationship with food.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So definitely like there now, but there is always dips, and we're not robots at the end of the day. We always go through emotional kind of like triggers and all the rest of it. But having that place where you can stop now is something that's life-changing, and it takes baby steps to get there. It's a long journey, but realizing that and accepting that you can do it slowly is what changes things for me.
Wow, this has been very deep, and I've actually never spoken about this.
I'm so glad we spoke about it
before. But it's scary. It's scary
very
because
raw.
you're like, oh, what are people going to think and stuff? But if it helps one person, then we've done our job. So, yeah. Thanks for listening, guys, as always. And we'll see you again in the next episode.